Hey there guys, I'm Sarah, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something a little special in preparation for the new year. Not just the new year, I might add, but the new decade. It is 2020 in less than 3 weeks. I can't believe it's almost over. And today I wanted to do my version of the 10-year challenge. The 10-year challenge, from what I know, maybe I've seen on Twitter or something, it's basically where people say what they have achieved over the past 10 years, this past whole decade. The roaring 20s are approaching, and I suppose now is a great time to look back over the past 10 years of my life, of my writing journey, and sort of talk about what I'm proud of, what I have achieved. You know, if I can actually remember that far back in time. Can't remember what I had for dinner last night, so this is going to be interesting. This is also the part where people, you know, like put up a photo of themselves now and a photo of what they were 10 years ago. I don't have a photo of me now, but I have my face on this camera. So here's what I look like today, and here's what I looked like 10 years ago. I promise you, I am not immortal. I have aged. The hair is different, as you can see, and yeah, don't tell anyone. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about are the things that I am most proud of achieving over the past 10 years that have nothing to do with my writer's journey. No, this has everything to do personally with my personal life, because you know that matters as well, guys. So the first 4 things that I am most proud of achieving, if it's an achievement I suppose, over the past 10 years, are my 4 beautiful glorious children. You can see 3 of them right there. They are very, very old pictures though, so they've all made some sort of cameo in my videos in the past, popping up in the background while I've been talking, the backs of their heads as we walk to school. I think the littlest Holly, who's 1, you've seen her the most. In fact, we did a whole video together where she controlled my writing day during NaNoWriMo one time. Not that she doesn't control my writing day usually, because she's a baby and she's very, very demanding. My beautiful children were born in what years? 2010, 2012, 2015 and 2018. So yes, my oldest is going to be 10 in 2020, which is just weird enough to think of as it is, that he's going to be 10 years old. He's going to be so big. I'm kneeling on the floor right now and it really, really hurts. My 4 beautiful children are one of the best things to happen in my entire life. They are everything to me, as is my gorgeous husband Ben, whose voice you might have heard in a video or 2 in the past. I don't actually remember. I edit him out most of the time as per his request. The 5th thing I am most proud of, and don't tell him that he's, you know, lower than all 4 of the kids, is my wedding obviously to my husband. We got married in 2014. We have just celebrated our 5th wedding anniversary very, very recently, and we've been together over 10 years now as well. So while meeting him is not within this past 10 years, obviously getting married and making a life with him is. So I love you, Ben. Thank you. I love you so much. The 6th thing I am most proud of, because I'm counting all 4 of my kids as 4 different things, or as 4 different achievements for some reason as opposed to 1, is quitting my job. Now, I used to work for McDonald's. Yes, and I worked there for about 15 years. It was my first ever job when I was 16 years old, and I had it all through college, all through university. It's where I met my husband, so I'm very thankful for it. But you know, I was sort of stuck there, I guess, is what I'd like to say. And I finally quit. I took the plunge, and even though it wasn't really, you know, financially the best option for our family, mentally for me it was the best thing to do. So I finally quit. I now work at a Disney store, which is one of the best jobs I've ever had. So I'm very, very thankful I took the plunge and decided to leave that job. That might not seem like much to you guys at home, but for me, who spent years being overworked and underappreciated, like leaving was like massive for me at the time. So I'm very, very thankful that I took the plunge and actually left, because otherwise I'd probably still be there. That sort of sums up the things in my life, at least, that I am proud of. Like I said, I don't have a very good memory. They are the big moments in my life that have happened over the past 10 years that have really made an impact on me as a person. So they are the things that I'm most proud of doing, most proud of achieving over the past 10 years, personal wise. And we're going to move on now to the whole point of this video, really, which is the things that I have achieved in regards to my writing journey over the past 10 years, which I'm super, super, super excited to talk about. So yay! I often think that I don't do much work at all, because I suppose day to day I don't do that much work, but you know, putting it all together, it's actually a lot more than I think it was. So over the past 10 years, in regards to my writing, I have written, this is so uncomfortable. I have written 6 books over the past 10 years. And I say over the past 10 years, I mean since 2013, because that's when I finished my first novel. And since finishing my first novel in 2013, I have written 5 more, which is a massive achievement. Almost averages 1 book per year that I am writing and finishing, which is big. I have NaNoWriMo wholly to thank for all of the fact that I am finishing these books in such quick succession. I have written my untitled novel, the first novel I ever wrote, in 2013, which I sort of called the Guild series, because it's supposed to be a series. I have written Nephilim, which I'm currently on the 6th draft of revising. I wrote the sequel to Nephilim, which obviously now needs to be rewritten, because Nephilim has changed so much since I've started writing it. I have written Project Body Swap, Project Midnight Garden, which is my shelved novel, and obviously this year for NaNoWriMo I wrote Project Floral. So 6 whole written books since 2013 is a massive achievement. This does not include the half a novel I wrote in 2016 for NaNoWriMo, and another half of the sequel to the very first novel I wrote from the Guild series, which I started writing probably around 2014 and didn't get very far in. So doing math, despite the fact I hate math, not including any new material I've written for Nephilim for any redrafting that I have done over the years, I have written over 500,000 words this past decade. That averages about 7,000 words per month. 1,600 words per week, which is 288 words per day. And I'm realising that as I say it, that gets less and less impressive the more that I break it down. I'm here in a new location with a new hairstyle and in my pyjamas because I forgot something. Something I didn't really think was that important, because I've done it so many times over the past 10 years, but I sort of realised a bit too late that it's important to include, so let's include it. In 2016, 2017, in one of those 2 years, I sent my novel Nephilim off to beta for the first time, and it has been back and forth to beta many times over the years since. I think I'm in my 6th draft now, and draft 5 went off twice, so putting my little baby out there to be critiqued and criticised by other people that I do not know was very stressful and exciting and nerve-wracking, but exciting, and it's a piece of cake for me now really to get it all done. There was something else and now I can't remember what it was. This decade was the decade that I joined social media. Now, I grew up hating social media. I grew up without the internet. I think we started getting internet more mainstream when I was maybe 15, 16 years old. So, you know, the early years, I didn't have social media. I hated it. I thought it was stupid, and that was mostly because of Facebook. I thought Facebook was pointless, and therefore thought all social media was pointless. Also because I'm not a very communicative person. Like, why would I want to talk to more people? I don't even talk to the people in school or that I work with. Like, why would I want to talk to strangers? But in 2016, thanks to my good friend Tilly's Art, I sucked it up for the sole purpose of expanding my writer's journey and my writer's world, I guess, and I joined social media, Tumblr, Twitter and Instagram, all in 2016, and should have really started a YouTube channel back in 2016 as well, but didn't. That started at the beginning of this year in January, and it's been fantastic as it can be, with how much I'm putting into it, which varies very greatly from lots and lots and lots to not anything for a very good few weeks. My only regret in this is not fully committing myself to the writing community in any of these channels. I sort of am always a little bit on the outside looking in, occasionally shouting hi from behind the door because I can't talk to people. So one of my focuses for 2020 is to really try and push myself further into the community and actually start making some real proper writing friends, because I still don't have any. And I know that's mostly my fault for not actively trying to make friends, which is such a difficult thing for me to do. But I am acquaintances with a lot of people, and the writing community is so nice and so supportive, and negative a lot of the time as well, and full of really entitled people, but you just ignore them because mostly it's filled with absolutely fantastic people that I am looking forward to getting to know better than I sort of already do. So I'm really excited for that next year. Not that I can't start right now, but there you go. In 2016, I believe I also started bullet journaling, which is sort of my secondary creative outlet to writing. Not that I use my bullet journal properly at all anyway. I have a habit of setting up the month and setting up the weeks and then not using the bullet journal after that. Literally, my book is filled with empty weeks and pages because I do the creative part and make everything pretty, and then I don't use it. But yeah, I love the creativity that comes with bullet journaling, even though it doesn't have to be creative. And I love the washi tape and the pen collection I have. My husband not so much, loves it, but you know. And it also gives me a nice sort of relaxing break. It's a stress reliever when I'm setting it up. So yeah, I'm really happy to have started bullet journaling. I'm really happy that I found it, and I'm really looking forward to trying to make it work better for me in the new year. I thought this list would be longer really, but it's not quite as long as I thought it would be. That's it. That is the list of everything that I have achieved over the past 10 years that I suppose mean a lot to me, that I am the most proud of achieving. Obviously there are some more personal things in regards to me and how I operate, but I've already sort of outlined those in another couple of videos again, which I'll put up at the top if you're interested in seeing those. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, what are you most proud of achieving over the past 10 years in your personal life in regards to your writing? How have the past 10 years treated you? What are you looking forward to as we move into the year 2020? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Good thoughts and happy writing.